Welcome to the deep dive. You know, when you're looking at home building or maybe a big renovation, finding a partner you trust, especially for like custom work, it can be tough, right? So many options out there. Today, we're going to try and cut through some of that noise. We're taking a close look at one specific company. We've got company overviews, some LinkedIn info, web excerpts, basically trying to give you a quick, informed picture. Our focus today is Riverside Millwork Group. Let's call them RMG for short. Yeah, RMG. We want to unpack what they do, how they got here, and, what makes them tick in southwestern Ontario's building scene. The goal, pull out the key stuff, maybe some surprising facts, just to get you quickly up to speed. So let's dive in. What's really at the heart of what RMG does?
Well, what's interesting is they kind of have two main roles. They're not just selling materials. RMG supplies and installs a pretty wide range of building stuff, both interior and exterior. Think full home renovations, new builds. That's their main focus, mostly in southwestern Ontario.
Oh, okay. So it's not just handing you a box of materials. They actually put it in place, too. That sounds like a big plus. What are the real benefits for, say, a homeowner or a contractor when a company handles both supply and install?
Right. It's definitely more than just convenience, though. That's part of it. For the client, it really streamlines project management. You've got one main contact.
Yeah.
That usually means fewer hiccups, better consistency with the materials used everywhere, and often a simpler warranty situation. It just takes a lot of the complexity and, frankly, risk off your plate. Makes things smoother.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Okay, building materials is a pretty broad term. Can you break that down a bit? What specific kinds of products are we talking about? And maybe for folks less familiar, what exactly is millwork or coffered ceilings?
Sure thing. Yeah, they cover a lot. You've got interior doors, exterior doors, trim, moldings,
Like,
those decorative wood pieces that finish off rooms,
mhm.
and custom millwork. Now, millwork is generally any finished wood product in a building. So doors, frames for windows and doors, built-in cabinets, fireplace mantles, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
They also do door hardware, complete closet system, some quite fancy ones, and custom cabinetry made to order. Oh, and coffered ceilings. Those are the ones with the sunken panels, usually in a grid. Adds a real touch of class, like architectural detail.
Got it.
And their installation services. That focuses on the doors, trim, molding, and closets, mostly for those bigger projects like a whole house renovation or a new build.
Okay, so quite the range.
Hmm.
From standard stuff to really specific custom pieces, like you
Yeah.
mentioned. What was it? Poplar French doors with special glass.
Yeah, Poplar French doors with raindrop glass was one example I saw. It shows their custom capability and those luxe closet systems.
Right. So they've got the products and services covered. But, understanding where a company comes from often tells you a lot about its strengths. How did RMG get to where they are now? What's their story?
Good question. Their journey is pretty key to understanding them. They actually started out back in 2005 in Kitchener originally. They were called Riverside Door and Trim back then.
Okay.
They grew pretty quickly, needed more space, so they moved manufacturing and their main office to Waterloo in 2009. But the really big shifts came through buying other companies. Strategic moves.
Hmm.
In 2014, they bought a company called County Heritage, which was in London. Then a few years later, 2017, they acquired another London-based company, London Trim and Door.
Ah,
But that's what led to the name change. Bringing those pieces together, they rebranded as Riverside Millwork Group.
That's a pretty common way to grow through
Yeah.
smart acquisitions, and it sounds like it paid off. Have they gotten any recognition for this growth?
They definitely have, and the recognition really says something. They made it onto Canada's Growth 500 list. That's a list of the fastest growing companies in the country.
Impressive.
Yeah, and not just once, but in both 2018 and 2019. And beyond just growth, they've also been named one of Canada's best managed companies.
Okay, best managed. What does that actually mean for someone thinking of hiring them?
Well, it's not just a sticker. It usually points to a company that's got its act together financially, operationally. They have a solid plan. So for you, the listener, it suggests reliability. A stable company that's likely efficient, which often translates to delivering quality work on time for your project. And their service area now covers places like Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, Guelph, London, basically all across southwestern Ontario.
Growth 500 twice, best managed status. That's
Yeah.
solid. But sometimes growing that fast can, put a strain on things like quality or even the company culture. How do you stay best managed while expanding like that? What do we know about what it's like inside the company, their values?
Right. Looking under the hood, RMG is privately held. Sources suggest somewhere between, say, 50 and 200 employees, headquartered there in Waterloo. What seems to come up repeatedly is this focus on being family-oriented. Core values mentioned are integrity, creativity, accountability, humility, and drive.
Standard lists sometimes, but do they seem to live them?
Well, the sources suggest they do. For example, they talk about a strong team culture that points to integrity, maybe being about how they treat people internally. Creativity could tie into the custom work and giving employees room to, grow and try new things. And humility, that seems reflected in their community involvement. They're active locally, giving back, which shows it's not just about the bottom line.
It's always good to hear when a company invests in its team and its community. Okay, so let's bring it back to the listener. Maybe someone's planning a big reno, or they're a contractor juggling jobs, or a designer with a specific vision. If they're considering RMG, what are the real clinchers, the key reasons to choose them? What's the main takeaway?
I think the biggest advantage really is that they're aiming to be a complete solution, a genuine one-stop shop. You can go to them for a huge range of stuff, doors, trim, closets, hardware, custom pieces, one point of contact.
Reduces the headache factor.
Exactly. It cuts down on juggling different suppliers, ensures consistency, simplifies things, and critically, they have strong custom capabilities. If you need something unique, something really tailored to your design, they seem well equipped for that. Bespoke projects are a big part of their offering. Combine that with their strong local roots here in southwestern Ontario. You get quality work and service that's, responsive because they're here.
Right. So convenience, customization, and local know-how. That's a strong mix.
Yeah.
Okay, practicalities. If someone wants to check them out further, maybe see some products, how do they get in touch?
Yeah, they've got physical showrooms, which is great. You can actually see and touch the materials. The main Waterloo one is at 520 Conestoga Road. Phone number there is 519-578-3265. Then in London, they're at 1275 Hewbury Road. That number is 519-686-7573.
Okay, Waterloo in London.
And there's actually a third showroom mentioned down in Stony Creek as well. All of them are open standard business hours, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Perfect. That's really useful info. Okay, as we wrap up our deep dive here, it's probably worth thinking about what all this means for you, the listener, when you're making these kinds of decisions for your own home or projects.
Yeah, it definitely brings up a question for you to ponder. When you're looking at companies for a big project, what weighs most heavily for you? Is it really the depth of those custom options, the ability to get exactly what you envision no matter how unique? Or maybe it's that track record, seeing the Growth 500 listings, the Best Managed Award, and thinking, okay, this is a stable, reliable operation. Or perhaps it's more about the culture, knowing you're dealing with a company that has those family values, that cares about its team and community. Something to think about. What matters most when you choose a partner for improving your space?